Yeah, and coming up Saturday, I will be out at Broncos Park powered by Common Spirit watching
shout out, plug.
rookie minicamp.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah,
the NFL never sleeps, man.
It's here, man.
It's like just when it's like, oh, the NFL season's over, you get that like 2-week period after the Super Bowl where it's like, enjoy your life, sports fans, without really caring about the NFL that much, because all of a sudden, end of February, free agency's right around the corner. Free agency ends, here's the draft. The draft ends, here's minicamp.
Yeah, it's right
they're
here.
The war machine.
And I will tell you this, after Saturday, we're going to know if R.J. Harvey's got the capability of being the darling of fantasy drafts out there.
Well,
because right now there are some fantasy projections saying that R.J. Harvey should be a top 12 pick, and that's a little crazy to me, but I'm going to put eyes on him. It's going to be fun to see, and I think Pat Bryant is still potentially the steal of the Broncos draft. Does he work out? Is he actually the number 2 opposite of Courtland Sutton? So you talk about new faces, brother. I'm going to see him Saturday. And on both sides of the ball, there's some exciting players coming in.
All right, well, then I want to lay the groundwork for this now so that you can respond to it on Monday, potentially, with some eyes-on observations.
Right.
Because you mentioned R.J. Harvey and Pat Bryant. Those are going to be 2 of the more prominent new faces in the room. There's a lot of mouths to feed, it's starting to feel like, on this Broncos offense in Bo Nix's sophomore season where Mike Clay projects that he's going to suck. Where do you see the org chart laying out when it comes to the mouths to feed on this offense? We got the returning guys like Courtland Sutton, Marvin Mims, another progressive step for Devon Vele and maybe Troy Franklin, but you got new faces like R.J. Harvey, like Evan Ingram, like Pat Bryant. Somebody's got to give up a little bit of their slice of the pie to feed the rest of the mouths in these rooms. So how do you see that shaking out amongst the Broncos skill position players?
I think Marvin takes it like he took it last year. Marvin Mims will not be denied. Point blank period. Last year, and talking to him early in the season, he never let his frustration boil over with the media. It boiled over in practice. We saw at training camp. He was yelling back at Johnny Morton.
Yep.
Johnny Morton was yelling at him, getting in his kitchen, and this was on offensive drills, of course, as Morton, the wide receiver coach, and Mims yelled back. He was incredibly frustrated, and then he started playing the Joker role. Don't think for a minute. I always ask the question.
Right? He was kind of forced.
Have we seen the best of blank? I always ask that question in football and in life. Have we seen the best of Marvin Mims? Don't dare think for a second we've seen the best from Marvin Mims. There's more coming, and it's coming this year. So Marvin Mims as a speed slot gets me really excited. And then I think that R.J. Harvey will take his as well. One, Sean Payton's the smartest guy in the room. Just ask him. He discovered electricity. So he's going to feed the guy that he wanted. Ashton Jeanty, we couldn't get him. He's out of our price range. Just like last year, they wanted Jaden Daniels, and the Commanders were never going to move off that pick. Their second guy was Bo Nix. These guys wanted Ashton Jeanty. Everybody should have. He was clearly the best running back, clearly in this draft. Their number 2 wasn't Omarion Hampton, wasn't Caleb Johnson, wasn't Travion Henderson. It was R.J. Harvey. Sean's going to use the hell out of him and shove it down people's throats of like, I got it right again. Look how right I am. R.J. Harvey about to go off.
Okay, so you're telling me that R.J. Harvey, behind Ashton Jeanty, who is the Secretariat-style leader in terms of the running back evaluation.
For their board.
For their board, R.J. Harvey was number 2, which would lead credence to they don't select Omarion Hampton when he's on the board at 20. They go Shanae Barron. They don't make an effort to trade up for what happened.
They trade back.
Quinshon Judkins went first, didn't see that coming. Then Travion Henderson. Then they trade back and select R.J. Harvey. You chart a lot of plays, Cecil. You've got a VHS collection. Your VHS player gets more work than almost any piece of electronic in this building because of all the tape that you watch NFL, Broncos, and beyond. Do you agree with that assessment? R.J. Harvey being the number 2 back in this class behind Ashton Jeanty?
No, not at all. Not at all. But what's the dirty secret in the NFL? It's all about fit, right? So does R.J. Harvey fit with what Sean Payton wants to do? Yes. Do I see it? Yes. Would I have projected R.J. Harvey's the second best fit for Sean Payton? No. To me, that was Omarion Hampton in terms of that. And then third would have been Travion Henderson, and then fourth probably would have been Devin Neal. And then fifth, now we're getting more towards the R.J. Harvey. But it's not about my opinion. It's about what they think. And again, it's about Sean proving everybody that he was right again. He's going to hit people over the head with R.J. Harvey. And again, Saturday I'm going to get that glimpse.
Is he?
Yeah.
Because this is a guy who's the smartest guy in the room. Just ask him. He discovered electricity.
Yes.
Discovered electricity, but had to run the ball in all caps and circle it on his Waffle House menu and failed to do that.
That's what Javonte Williams and Audric Estime.
Audric Estime was his choice.
In the 5th round. That's not that high of draft capital. No offense to any 5th round pick out there. I don't know why we have to say that. Audric Estime could get cut in training camp. He almost got cut last year, fumbling the ball all the damn time. And that was a 5th round pick. 5th round picks you just work through all the time. Like, you throw them away. So all this Audric Estime love, like, oh, he's big and he's fast. Like, all right. Not a Notre Dame fan, so I don't have that bias. Vic and Ryan are, but like, I'm not a Notre Dame alum. Right, I'm not a Notre Dame alum, but I'm here to tell you, someone like Tyler Bidet could take that job, could take that role. Mike Clay's projections have Jaleel McLaughlin as the number 2 rusher, and Audric Estime barely sees the field. So we have to look at this competition and go, RJ Harvey is the clear one. There's a message that has been received. Thank you. Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking juice in the hood. Man, I need some directions, man. The message has been sent, and the message is clear. RJ Harvey is the clear-cut number 1 running back for the Denver Broncos. He will get a lot of work as a runner and a receiver out of the backfield. I'm saying 50 catches at a minimum, more like probably 75.
Well, that's the first number you gave was less than Javonte Williams got, and he was the 2nd leading receiver for the Broncos by receptions behind Courtland Sutton. So I can follow you down that path. But again, going back to the mouths to feed discussion here, if RJ Harvey is going to be the black hole that sucks up all these open targets and carries and touches.
Sorry, Jaleel.
Okay, I was going to say, who's going hungry without getting any more of that pie? It's Jaleel McLaughlin's obvious in the run game. That doesn't eat into Marvin Mims' production, right? Because Marvin Mims will not be denied.
Going to take it, right?
Marvin Mims won't be denied. So are we expecting a lesser year from Courtland Sutton production-wise then?
With Sutton, you always project around 1,000 yards, around 8 to 10 touchdowns. That's just what he's going to get because you're going to design plays specifically for Courtland Sutton. You're going to design plays specifically for Marvin Mims. Remember, we got to talk about guys that are going to take it. We're talking about, who's going to be starving, who's left out. There's only one ball to go around. That's very true, but it's guys that are going to take it. One, RJ Harvey's going to take it because he's completely different from any other back.
He's going to take it.
Mims is going to take it.
They're going to take it at the expense of a progression year for Devon Vele and maybe Troy Franklin.
Again, no offense. Vele's a 7th-round pick. He doesn't understand leverage yet.
But
maybe I put eyes on him this
for
year.
More Vele.
Okay, that's fine. That's when the starving man was eating a cracker. Like, what is that? The best? That's saltine? No, that's a Ritz. That's the best damn cracker I ever had. No. That's why we got to stop. Why are we talking about old stuff, man? We're talking about, clamoring for Vele. That's when they didn't have anybody yet. Pat Bryant is here to change the game. He could start opposite Sutton this year from day one.
Okay, well, then
he can make that sort of impact.
Respond to this here for me because I'm getting it from the tribe on the RamosLaw.com text line, 303-713-1043. Aren't Pat Bryant and Devon Vele the same player, essentially?
No,
Tell
not
me
at
why.
all. Bryant understands leverage. And Bryant also is more clutch. Vele has a nice size-speed combination. He's like rougher Tim Patrick, and maybe he can get to Tim Patrick level.
Drafted to be,
Exactly, right. And that's a 7th-round pick. Bryant, who I had a day 3 grade on, they take him in the 3rd round. Again, their numbers, their projections, their board. The plan for him is to basically be the little Jordan Humphrey. Don't at me, bro. He played 50% of the snaps last year. So you actually have a productive little Jordan Humphrey, a clutch little Jordan Humphrey, a guy that understands running routes. The reason why Pat Bryant, everyone's always a slow 40, he knows how to run routes. With Vele, and I even talked to Vele about it last year in a polite way, asking about watching Sutton and his leverage. Sutton understands where your hips are lined up, what you want to do, you want me to do, and I'm going to make you do the opposite, and then I'm going to do what you thought I wasn't going to do. Are you confused yet? Yeah, that's what Sutton does to DBs trying to cover him. That's why he is a number 1. Brian already does that. It's a rare attribute for a rookie receiver to be able to do that. Vele will learn that, but Bryant knows it now. He's ahead of him right now.
Well, I've got a lot of questions left as it relates to RJ Harvey being the guy and what that looks like, whether or not Sean Payton truly has his joker in Evan Ingram or whether or not we're maybe setting our expectations a little too high. And because we seem to be in a familiar position with Courtland Sutton that we were last offseason, and we saw how the start of that panned out, if we've got a little bit more theatrics in the future there. We will get back to all of that.